Well, welcome to the little video on some jobs that you can be doing in March. I can't do all the jobs that I'm going to tell you because my garden's only small, but hopefully it'll point you in the right direction, and if you've got an allotment, it'll prompt you to start getting things in and you won't miss anything. So enjoy the demos, and I'm going to talk over the videos I'm doing stuff because sometimes the noise whilst I'm working overshadows what I'm saying. So enjoy, and hope you get something from it. Welcome back to the potting shed, everybody. I'm going to be sowing some seeds this morning, and I'm going to sow some lettuce and some cucumber. We are in March and it's still a very unpredictable month. We had some really big hailstorms the other day, and it's been windy, and then the sun comes out and it starts to warm up. It can lull you into a false sense of security, but if you provide the right conditions for your seed sowings, for the lettuce and cucumbers, they will germinate and you'll get an early start. So here I am. I've just filled a pot up. I've made sure there's no lumps. This is the lettuce, and I've firmed down using the other pot. Nice flat surface, and then you hold on to the packet and just give it a little tap. We're not going to put loads and loads of seeds in, just enough. We can always do more sowings later. This is called successional sowing. So you might do a few now, you might do a few in a couple of weeks, and continue on that cycle, so you've always got lettuce or whatever crop you're sowing coming in every couple of weeks, and nothing gets wasted. If you sow everything at once, you get what's called a glut, and then you can't eat it and it rots, and it's such a shame to waste it. So a few sowings every couple of weeks and you should have a steady supply of crops. There you go. We've sifted the soil over the top, put that to one side, and I'll write a label out and eventually give that a water. It's the same procedure with the cucumber seeds. These are only very small seeds as well, so I'm going to fill the pot up, breaking up any lumps. Level it out, give it a bit of a tap and a press down just to consolidate the soil, and then I will carefully sow the seeds on top. I'm using the other pot as like a presser board, and there's the seeds. I think I got these from Wilko before it departed. That's a shop in the UK that's no longer with us. But anyway, the cucumbers can go in now, as long as they're protected. I'm going to put them in a propagator along with the lettuce seeds under glass. So they're going in the greenhouse, no heat, no added heat I should say, and yeah, as soon as that March sun decides to show up again, it'll start to warm up in the greenhouse, it'll start to warm up in the propagator, and it'll start to create the right conditions for these seeds to germinate. And then we'll do a little video on pricking out seedlings. But yeah, don't be dismayed by the weather. You can get in your shed, get a few seeds on the go, a few early seeds started. The peppers that I did in January are actually germinating, so we'll prick those out shortly. And yeah, start getting your plans together for growing things through the spring, because before you know it, it'll be upon us and we'll be dead busy. So when watering, always remember to start at the side, get a good flow on, and then carry on pouring as you move across. Give them a good drink, and then when you've given them a good drink, move back to the side to stop. Otherwise the drops from the can will make a right mess of where you've just sown. It's well worth investing in some little propagators like this, that you can just pop your seeds in that you've sown. You control the temperature with the vent on the top, and yeah, it'll help to germinate your seeds. So indoor sowings, cucumbers and lettuce. Outdoor sowings, broad beans, Brussels sprouts and peas. You can also start planting out your strawberries and blueberries at this time of year, and also your onion sets. Now I'm just going to do a bit of maintenance on some strawberry plants that I bought the other day, because the leaves are a bit tatty because these plants have been outside in the winter. So I'm trimming them back, removing any dead, diseased or damaged stems, leaves, and that will just reduce the risk of disease or fungus starting to spread, because once these plants start to grow and produce fruit, the last thing we want is those fruits going rotten on the plant. anything that you take off the plant, just pop it in a pot, and maybe don't get it mixed up with the compost that you're going to be planting in later, because any spores or anything on these leaves will transfer. So get your plants nice and clean, and then get rid of that rubbish, compost it or put it in the garden bin. Once the plants are clean, we're going to pot them up, and I'm going to put these into large pots. So I've filled up a 10-litre pot with some peat-free compost. I have put a bit of extra feed in there, and our clean, maintained strawberry plants, our new ones, are going to be positioned in. So you can turn them round and position them in the 10-litre pot so that they look nice and they've got plenty of space. And then I'm leaving them in the pots whilst I fill around, and this will become clear why I'm doing this in a minute. When I used to teach adults with learning difficulties, this was the best way to show them how to make a perfect sized hole for the plant. And basically you fill around these pots, and when you remove the plant in a minute, here we go, you have a perfect sized hole. So you take the plant out of the pot, slacken them, just move those roots around a bit, just loosen them, and then place them in the perfect sized hole. Do this with the other two plants, dead easy. Nice little gardening hack there. But yeah, your strawberry plants will be really happy. They're in pots, they can be moved around into a nice sunny position. You can bring them into the greenhouse in the evening if you want, and so the slugs don't get your fruits when they do start to actually produce. And if you've got a small garden, growing in containers is a great way to just produce a bit of fruit. And you don't just have to use strawberries, you can do pretty much any fruit or vegetable within reason in pots. Anyway, there you go, strawberries done. Well, I hope that little video and demonstration set you on the right track for some little jobs to do in March. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up and consider sharing, and leave me a comment if you've got any questions. It'd be great to hear from you. Good luck with the gardening. If you get stuck, drop me a message. Right, see you all soon. Bye now.